Easy call. So I want to give you an example of what discipline looks like. In 2010, I got out of prison and I had 5 years probation, 6 years joint suspension. But I was so focused on not going back that I was real particular on how I moved. So when I drove my car, I didn't have no more than 2 people in my car. And if I knew what type of energy you was, you probably wasn't getting in my car if you was on some other shit. And secondly, every 3 months I had to come check in. When I tell you, I used to be early just to make sure to get a probation officer. No reason to feel like I was fucking up. But that was just a form of discipline, you feel me? Because I knew that where I was coming from in my circumstances prior to me getting out, I didn't like it. So it can always be done. I'm making this video because it can always be done, but it's just how bad you want it. And I wanted to give y'all this example. It's like discipline is everywhere. It's all around us on the things we want to attain and we want to get, but it always boils down to how bad you want it. So I wanted to share that with y'all because yes, I definitely was on probation for 5 years. And then after that, I had a 6-year joint suspension. Joint suspension means if you fuck up one time, I mean, they could just send you to prison and you got to do that whole 6 years. Even if you didn't even do nothing that was like entitled for 6 years, you got to go just do 6 years if you fuck up one time. But, it's love though, but it can always be done. It's just how bad you want it. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. A lot of relationships in between that time when I was on probation and joint suspension, a lot of relationships was on the fence because I had no tolerance for some bullshit. Like, I felt like I had no room for error. Therefore, like, I was just cutting ties with a lot of shit. Like, the moment I seen somebody on some bullshit or just not in tune with what I was trying to do and stay free and stay out here in these streets, I just didn't have no room to be going back and forth, man. I'm still like that to this day, but especially around that time, it was like, nah, if I see you compromising my peace and I see like I'm gonna have to, you gonna turn me up and make me do something that I regret, I was just cutting ties. And, I feel like a lot of niggas, when you get out of prison, a lot of niggas can't relate to your POV. Your credit is fucked up. It's hard to get a job. You checking in every 3 months. So now you feel like you got your freedom, but you really ain't got your freedom because you feel like you're on a leash. Like the moment your PO say you fucked up and it could be some bullshit, you going right back to jail. So I feel like that the thing about probation, it really does test your discipline because you trying to have no room for error is the key to like probation. You trying to like minimize your error. Therefore, you got to really be dialed in and focused. And imagine doing that for 5 years, let alone 6 years, because even after the probation, how they trick you is with the joint suspension is you think that now you ain't checking in no more. You free, you good. But the whole time, they just waiting for you to run into the police and have another case. And now you just got to do 6 years. So it's like psychologically, you think you free because you ain't checking in, but the whole time they waiting for the hiccup, that extra year. They waiting for you. They're like, all right, this nigga think this because he ain't checking in. He ain't got to be on point. And so I took all that in. Like the day I got out, I took all that in. You know what I'm saying? So even when I got off of probation, I was like, nah. And it's crazy because I want to say 2 weeks before I got off of joint, I was just about to get off joint suspension. I was driving down to the house and I didn't have no run-ins with the police, not one time on probation or joint suspension. I'm driving home and the police pulled me over and he ran my shit, but luckily I had nothing in the car. I was militant. I was doing everything I was supposed to do, and it was no case added. You know what I'm saying? He ain't had nothing on me. But just think about that. Like, this thing, if I was like that nigga, like, damn, I'm good. I'm about to get off joint. I'm good. I'm living life. I'm doing shit that I normally wasn't doing when I was on point, and I fuck up 2 weeks before. And so you got to realize, like, right before you get to that goal, the Most High is going to test you to see how bad you want it. And anything, I'm just using this shit as an example. I'm talking about in life. Like, right before you get to that, to where you need to get to, or where you the goal or the vision, you always going to be tested. And I feel like in that moment, I was 2 weeks off, about to get off. And I got tested. And luckily, I passed the test. And now we here, you know what I'm saying, making vlogs and shit. But yeah, that's an easy call, man. That's just, you could do it, man. You just got to be focused, dialed in, and you got to minimize the distractions. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? The noise is gonna be the shit that's either gonna make or break you. Easy call.